Hi all, it's Karen coming at you again.
I like how you wave. Hey, this is the Butcher Bob McCobb, the hardcore horror movie fan. The heavy metal maniac is back.
Okay, yeah, he's laughing because I'm waving out of habit.
Do not adjust your screen. This is audio only.
Yes, we are doing things a little different over here to experiment with these next few reviews.
Yeah.
My computer basically sucks.
So we're going to try my brilliant idea of a microphone audio only, so you can listen to this without looking at everything.
So it's a still picture.
An awesome Photoshop job that K-Doll's going to do. And
no, I'm probably just going to borrow a picture.
Oh, you're not K-Doll. I forgot. You're not K-Doll. You're Bootsy Bombshell. We got Bootsy here because K-Doll. Karen is a bad name now. So all right, all right. You get the point. Let's go. Let's talk about this because this is actually good.
Okay, yeah, he's saying about the horror maniac and.
Well, this is horror.
Not quite.
All right, it's a romantic comedy.
No.
You start. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're actually going to talk about Monster High, the movie.
Yeah.
Which you guys might be like, okay, this is a kid's movie, and you guys are talking about it on this channel.
It's a movie. We talk about kid movies.
Yeah, we actually have done a couple. For those of you that may or may not have checked out my other channel, my K-Doll Games, Toys, and More, I am a huge Monster High fan. Kind of years ago, a girl I babysat, she was into them when they first came out, and they always kind of like stuck around with me. And then when I actually started that channel, I actually started collecting the dolls. So this is a live action musical. I am not gonna lie, initially when I saw the trailer, I was not overly excited about this.
Nope.
Actually, I watched some reactions, and it didn't seem like a lot of people were excited about this.
I think you'd want to try to sell your trailer to sell the movie, but I don't know what people think nowadays.
Yeah, so this came out like, okay, so October 6, 2022. It was made for Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, everything here in the States. Bob actually watched this without me.
Yeah, I wanted to see it. Hey, why not? I watch what I want.
Actually was like, you have to watch this.
Yeah, not bad. I don't think it was bad.
And let's put it this way. I am very happy I did watch this. Mm. I thought it had a great story. It's short.
We can talk about what we want to, like give away shit or not.
Yeah, yeah.
In case you're wondering, I sometimes use my language, so this ain't kid friendly. In case you haven't figured it out.
It's definitely, sometimes we're just not, like that. You guys know that, have been around for a while.
Yeah, so.
Can't find a length on this.
That's an hour and a half.
I was going to say, it's like 90 minutes.
What are we talking about? It's basically Claudine Wolfe's story.
Yeah, which I thought was different as well, because I always felt like, because I've watched a few of the animated movies. I can't remember if there was ever really a cartoon series, and I know this was kicking off a new animated series that was going to debut on Nickelodeon, which I haven't checked out yet. Mm. But to me, it always seemed to focus, the other one seemed a little bit more with Draculaura to me. Even though some of the movies did focus on some of the other characters. But this turned out to be actually Claudine's story, as Bob's saying.
Yeah, she's cool.
And it was basically like that part of her secret early on is she's half werewolf, half human. So she basically gets accepted into Monster High. Her mother had passed away. And her mother was a werewolf.
Yeah, of Disney-itis or whatever these characters.
Yeah, we always joke.
I thought, if I screw up, I don't know what it is, but when I'm watching this, it looks like a Disney movie. I thought it was Disney. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably, if you watch it, it's kind of along the lines. Because I think that's what a few people were saying. Like, oh my God, it's like High School Musical and Descendants. And I'm like, who the fuck cares?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I thought it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, you know what, whatever. And I will say, the musical numbers in this, I enjoyed.
I'm not big on musicals. I mean, my favorite musical is the Blues Brothers, but I mean, they were fine. I can get through those and stuff. So
right. So it ends up, Claudine ends up going to Monster High. She's trying to find a place to fit in and thinks going to Monster High is going to be the fix-all, I guess.
Okay.
Well, so she goes there, and that was one of my only things, though, with this, is initially, it might have been what's that, origin story, I guess, maybe is the best way to put it.
Well, I don't know the whole Monster High story.
Well, no, because I'm just thinking, you know, because it was like...
If you didn't like this, I wouldn't have watched it. Like, if you didn't like Monster High, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
But I mean, I'm thinking back to like the original stuff. It was like, you had the core characters that were all friends, and then this one... They weren't friends in the beginning. You know, they didn't really know each other or anything.
Most people aren't friends in the beginning. They have
yeah, I know. So that's
like in real life.
But it ends up that Claudine ends up becoming roommates with Frankenstein and Draculaura.
The other two main characters.
Other two main.
The only ones that I
Frankie has always been my favorite.
I like Claudine. She has really nice big glasses.
Yeah, you're funny. And then you have Cleo in there, and Laguna's briefly
forgettable
in
characters.
there, even though she was kind of always a little bit more of a main character. You have Deuce, who's actually a little bit
Deuce Bigelow,
which I mean, it was kind of like too as well. They kind of changed up a few other things because, like,
well, at least they changed it and made it different.
Yeah, I mean, it was like if you watch some of the original stuff, like they changed a few things here. As well, but it kind of like Deuce actually becomes interested in Claudine.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that wasn't the main story. I thought that was maybe good, that she was going to try to get some spell to make him fall in love with typical crap. Oh, like they better. No. And they didn't do that, which good.
But you know, go through the typul high school angst. I
guess,
that
was the only kind of with me with it,
but it turns out too, there's the school basically starts to fall apart.
Because the school is alive.
The school is alive. And they're saying it's due because there is a non-monster among them or something along those lines.
Well, see, here's the thing, too, that I'm going to just interrupt on. See, I watch movies when they come out back in October. You watch this, you know, what, a month or so ago? So it's been like 3 months since I watched it, so my mind kind of goes and goes. I binge watch stuff. You watch things over like a 3-month period. So if I can't help you, I'm trying.
No, it's
that's
fine.
The thing with me.
I can't remember exactly, but they basically monsters
I only watched
versus
this twice, so
it's like monsters versus humans. You know, because you know these characters are based off of the classic Universal monsters. So if you think about how, you know, humans, the village people, YMCA, you know, treated Frankenstein and
I'm sure. I guess most people probably. Who knows if people saw Frankenstein?
No, I mean I'm just saying though. But if you know, like the way you know things go, usually with the monsters and humans, you know, they don't get along. You know, because people are afraid of the monsters and so forth and everything like that. So it turns out there was a previous half monster, half person. I believe it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm still getting over a cold. And he tried to fit in. He ended up getting exposed and was kicked out of the school.
He exposed himself.
Not quite. And here it comes out that he developed this formula, you know, because he was a doctor, that would make the person wholly a monster.
Holy? Don't you mean unholy?
Well, it would make him fully a monster.
He's a full-bred monster.
Yeah.
He's unholy.
So Claudine kind of, and they're told by the one professor, I can't remember his name, and Claudine kind of starts trying to find this formula, because then she figures, okay, I take the formula, then I'll be a full werewolf, and nobody will know my secret.
But two people already know her secret. Well, her friends know her secret.
Not right away.
Well, later on they do.
As it goes, they both, her two roommates, Frankie and Draculaura, do find out everything. But also, there's a kind of a little side plot with Draculaura. And apparently, she is trying to learn witchcraft. Which is evil. Which is a big no-no, because that's considered a human dealing. I don't know the whole story. And apparently the vampires and witches have feuded for years.
Have what?
Feuded.
Oh, I don't know. That'll be in the prequel.
So,
I don't know.
Basically, as Claudine's looking for this, Frankie and Draculaura are trying to help her. They actually find where Dr. Hyde's, Jekyll. Oh my God, I'm so confused. His lab is, but they can't figure out how to get in because he put the safeguard in, and you have to use a hand, but they can't figure out what kind of a hand.
I thought my funny theater went around digging up the corpses and taking their hands and putting it there. Each corpse that would have been funny.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, the school is continuing to deteriorate because there's a non-monster among them, and the school's not happy and everything. So, it's also coming down to like Cleo Denal's in there. She's kind of a stuck-up, snooty brat with things, trying to get the other girls in trouble and all that. But, so they're still trying to figure things out. The professor's like, I'll try to find the non-human, you know, don't worry about it and everything.
The professor, sure.
Yeah. So it comes down to the point when it's getting very, very bad with the school. The girls end up getting busted for being out late. And it's also Dracula gets busted practicing witchcraft. So it like basically everything like hits the fan at this point. So Claudine's basically blaming herself, and she's decided she's going to leave Monster High because she got her friends in trouble, and she just feels like it's her fault with the school.
Yeah, it's all her fault.
So she leaves, goes back to the human world, and just figures, you know, I'll figure out how to try to adapt and everything. Dracula and Frankie find her. Because you like the cell phones in here too. I forgot to mention that they all look like coffins and all
the
that.
Lockers.
They track her cell phone basically.
Yeah, I don't know how
and
that works, but
here when the other thing is, and I forgot to mention this, when Claudine, I must say Colleen. Claudine gets scared, her human attributes come forward.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
I forgot to mention that, so that's where like she's having issues as well. Well, here. After the girls find Claudine, and she's like, no, I can't go back. I can't go back. Well, Claudine falls. She's kind of human at this point. Her hand hits in the sand, and they figure out it's a human hand that has to open to get to Dr. Jekyll's laboratory. So they go and head back, get in there. They find the formula. Claudine's debating on whether or not to drink it. Well, their professor shows up, and he's like, don't do it, you know, it going on and on. Well, it turns out
you can see that.
You can kind of see this coming, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
He is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde's son, and he drinks the formula.
The son of Hyde.
And with that as well, there's something with the formula. Yeah, it makes him wholly a monster, but then he can also absorb.
I just like the way you say that. Go ahead.
He can also absorb other monsters' powers.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
So he kind of takes Dracula's powers and can turn into a bat. Well, they trap him temporarily in the lab. They're able to get a message out to get help and so forth. And here when they get outside, like he's taking other powers. He takes Deuce as a Gorgon, which is, you know, like Medusa. The eyes can turn people to stone. So he takes Deuce's power. Well, he turns Deuce to stone. Well, then Cleo figures whenever Claudine is in human form, he can't do it, can't take her powers or anything. So she ends up reflecting his stare back at him, and he.
And you didn't see that coming with the phone thing.
Yeah, I did.
I said, "What? I don't know what they're gonna do." I said, "What do you think they're gonna do?" Like, I don't know.
I kind of figured it was something with Claudine being human and everything else, because I'm thinking when she's human, he can't take any of her werewolf powers because they're not in the forefront, and that's basically how they defeat the professor. And then basically at the end, they decide, you know, they invite Claudine to stay if she wants to. They decide to, you know, work with the humans. They actually invite Claudine's father over.
Yeah.
And then basically it kind of gets set up with sequel bait.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, there was...
Who was that?
I don't know. I'm going to guess it was a witch. Dracula was being encouraged by her father, Dracula, to continue practicing her witchcraft. And there was somebody looking, I can't remember if it was in a crystal ball or in a cauldron, and all they said was she's going to be the key to the downfall of the vampires.
Okay.
And that's kind of where it ended.
They probably won't do one.
So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really heard, like, because like I said, this wasn't released in theaters. It was direct to streaming. Well, it was made for streaming. So, and I know it was setting up for the new series that was going to be debuting on Nickelodeon later that month, which I haven't checked out yet. But like I said, it's cute.
It's cute.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I told you you'd like it, being believe
I know some people were in a little uproar over certain things, especially with something with the director.
I don't care about it. I watch movies. I don't care. I don't care about outfits. I watch it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'm simple.
Yeah, and the thing
I
is,
either like it or I don't.
Frankenstein's character was actually played by
Here we go.
a non-binary character. I can't. I don't know if the person identifies as non-binary, but she actually identified as that.
Whatever.
Which
I don't know.
I thought made kind of sense though, because the character men just threw out like, well, it was made with different parts from him and her, and
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that kind of made sense and all that, but I mean, they didn't overload with that.
I didn't hate it.
It was just like briefly.
It was fine.
But like I said, I believe it's still on Paramount. I must say on Prime. Oh my God, Paramount and that. So I would check it out. Definitely kid appropriate. I don't feel anything was like inappropriate with, probably more inappropriate with some of my language here and somebody else's language. Somebody else Googling.
I don't understand that stuff. I mean, I don't understand appropriate stuff. I mean, I don't get certain things like that. So,
but I mean, like I said, it's short.
Yeah, it's not very long.
Ha ha.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm
but like I said,
cool
the trailer was definitely misleading.
Yeah, if you want to, it's like trying to sell something,
right? Yeah, because I even saw the trailer before, and I mentioned it to hit Bob.
And I think all the scenes in the trailer are actually in the movie, so go figure that out.
Right, but I mean, I think the way it was set up,
it was set up very cheesy and stupid. Like, really, is this like for a 5-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, because I remember watching...
If I was 5 years old, I would think it's stupid, so...
But, I mean, I was watching this trailer, and I'm like, what the heck are they trying to do with these characters? Like, I was...
Yeah, you really can't go by trailers anymore, I found that. Most of the time. Sometimes you can.
On much of anything, but...
All right, I think I'm cool. I liked it. I'd give it a B.
It was enjoyable. I haven't watched it again since, but I would definitely watch it again. Like I said, very enjoyable. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I would, especially after seeing the trailer. Because like I said, when I was watching the trailer, I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know they were making a live action and all that. And then I wasn't real sure about it. But then, too, I got kind of excited, too, because they were releasing new dolls. So I have to start looking. Cared about. No, but I mean, it's like
all right,
getting into that a little bit more. But yeah, definitely highly recommended. So anyways, that is it for this review. I hope you guys are enjoying this way of filming. Like I said, it's just so...
I hope so, because this is probably how we're going to do this.
Yeah, it's just so we don't get glitched and everything. So got a microphone to try this out.
Just put on your phone and listen to it. Listen to it while you're on the way to work.
It's like a podcast.
Listen to it at work. If you're in school and you're bored, put this on. If you're sitting there in study hall or math class, like, oh, this sucks. I'm going to listen to Bob McCobb and Bootsy, then put this on. Listen to this all the time.
Yeah, he's giving me a new nickname. So.
All right, I guess we're good. We have, what, 20 minutes?
Almost.
All right, cool.
So, anyways, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. My subscriber numbers have been like, wow.
And we need to keep going.
So we want to keep going on that. Keep those going up.
That's why we're doing this.
Check out my other channel. I mentioned it earlier. K-Doll Games, Toys, and More. Toy and game reviews over there, even though my computer sucks.
We'll get it done.
We'll get them up. I still have a few to edit. Right. I have more to film. If there's something out there you want us to maybe watch and review, let us know in the comments. I mean... we actually watched a couple things last night, so I gotta...
Yeah, we'll talk about them before I forget about them.
And all that, so that is it, and we'll be here in the next one. Bye.